Hi there, Internet. My name's Court, and you've got courtside seats for my review of Black Widow. Let's do it. Black Widow is an action-adventure sci-fi from director Cate Shortland and Marvel Studios. The film stars Scarlett Johansson, Florence Pugh, David Harbour, Rachel Weisz, and Ray Winstone. A film about Natasha Romanoff and her quests between the films Civil War and Infinity War. So I'm a fan of ScarJo, and the character of Black Widow, and the MCU, so yeah, I was looking forward to this movie. Of course, it was supposed to be released way back on May 1st of 2020, but then COVID happened, and then it got delayed first till November, and then until May of this year, and now it's being released in theaters and on Disney Plus with premiere access on July 9th. My, what a road it's been. And I gotta say, I really enjoyed this movie. I don't think it's amongst the MCU's best, like it's not top 5 or anything, certainly way above a bunch of the ones at the bottom. And I had a lot of fun with it. And I'll say this off the top, if theaters are open where you live and it's safe to do so, I highly recommend seeing this in theaters. If for nothing else, there's that moment you've seen in the trailer when Natasha's like falling through the sky, like deking between debris. That scene, I'll straight up say, was awesome, and I wish I could have seen it on the big screen. So as I said, this movie takes place between the events of Civil War and Infinity War, just for context. I also think it's interesting to point out that not the screenplay, but the story of this movie was co-written by Jack Schaefer, who was, of course, the head writer and creator of WandaVision, though I imagine this was made first. And I really dug most of the cast here. I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about Scarlett Johansson. She's been playing the role for a long time. She knows what she's doing. She's really good. I really liked Rachel Weisz and David Harbour in here. I was a little bit worried that they were going to make Red Guardian just kind of a buffoon, and they do a bit of that. They play it for laughs, and it's funny. And David Harbour does have some solid comedic chops, but he also has some good fights and a couple really dramatic scenes, and he's really good at them. But the standout for me here was easily Florence Pugh. I've been a fan for a while, and she's just great in the film. Her performance is terrific. I don't know how many of the stunts she did herself, but all that looks really, really good. And I loved the character. I dug her pathos. She's got this wry sense of humor that really worked for me, and I really hope this character of Yelena will be part of the MCU going forward, and not just a one and done. All of that said though, I thought the villains in this movie were pretty lame. Not to say that Ray Winstone was bad, he wasn't, he was perfectly adequate, but the character itself was just undercooked and felt generic and bland to me. And Taskmaster looks cool and does some cool things, but there's not really a lot of character there. That said, there's some really great hand-to-hand combat in this flick. Dug that. And I loved the cold open. It's kind of like this little mini movie, which sets up the family dynamic in a really nice way. It was fun, it was tense. That said though, after that, we cut to like the opening titles, and it uses this like mellow, haunting cover of Nirvana's Smells Like Teen Spirit. And while I dig that band, obviously, and I like that song, and some of the lyrics in the song, like, pretty cleverly apply to Natasha, I get the usage of it, I found it really, really cheesy. But the family dynamic was one of my favorite things about this film. In the trailers, we see that scene where they're sitting down to a family dinner, and I thought it was gonna be just like one big comedic thing because everything they show us in the trailer are jokes. And there certainly is that happening, but it's a long sequence and it goes in a couple of different directions. There's humor, we get answers to characters' backstories, and then it gets really quite dramatic. And that may have been my favorite scene in the entire film. And I'll say this too, most of the visual effects are really, really strong. There were a couple things that looked wonky to me, particularly a couple of explosions that just looked weird to my eye. And I did feel the movie was a little bit longer than it needed to be. It's about 2 hours and 15 minutes. And the ending in particular just kind of kept going, and I found myself going like, I think we can wrap this up. All that said though, there is a post-credit sequence here. And you know, some of the MCU mid or post-credit sequences are just kind of frivolous. They're just kind of cute and funny. And some of them are more setting things up. They have implications going forward. This falls into the latter category, and I think it's absolutely worth sticking around to watch. I'm glad I did. Now, I don't have a proprietary rating system as of yet, so I'm just trying to figure out what I'm gonna give Black Widow. And I think I'm gonna give Black Widow a...
And one of the greatest...
out of 10. So now I want to know, are you looking forward to Black Widow? What is your favorite movie in the entire MCU? Whatever your thoughts, hit the comments below. Let's discuss. If you enjoyed this review, please smash that like button and give it a share if you really enjoyed it. Just helps the video get out to more people, helps the channel grow. I appreciate it very much. And hey, why not take a second, do me a favor, click subscribe and ring that bell to subscribe to my channel for more movie reviews, entertainment news, trailer reactions, all that good stuff. Hope you guys are all safe and healthy. Thanks very much for watching. I will see you all in the next one. Take care.